everyone, welcome to Gusto News on Gusto TV Africa. My name is Ima, and yes, on the news today we have Portable the Zazu Crooner, and also on the news we have Rema, and alongside him we have WIZKID. But before going on to what we have for you on today's news, I want to say thank you for all you do for us here on the channel. We see all of it and we really do appreciate you. And yes, if you're coming across this channel for the very first time, guys, please do not forget to subscribe, and also do not forget to click on the post notification bell so as to know when we drop new content and new videos for you. Alright, so starting on the news, we have Portable. Yes, Portable the Zazu Crooner has been having the best time of his life. Like, this guy has been chilling with the big boys in the industry. Like, he's been doing a whole lot for himself. Music, he's been bagging a whole lot of endorsement, like very good endorsement. And people are like, for someone like Portable, you know, at this point of his career, to be bagging this kind of endorsement, despite the fact that he's always in the news for dragging someone or calling someone out or doing one thing or the other, actually fighting, but then he's finding a way to still like maintain his ground in the industry. And also Portable mentioned this on his Instagram page that he would be going for his Zazu's Ika Europe tour, and this one is going to be starting from August 6, 2022. Even if the cities he's going to be, you know, visiting has not been listed, and you know the dates when he's going to be visiting these cities, but then he has said, you know, tickets are out and all of that, and store date is actually going to start from August 6th. Also talking about chilling with the big boys, yes, Portable was saying, you know, he went to pay a visit to the Oni of Ife, and it was really amazing. Like, I watched that video and I could not stop laughing, even when the Oni of Ife was asking what's the meaning of Biza and all of that, and when the Oni of Ife actually gave him 1 million, and he was really excited. You know, even went ahead to tell the Oni of Ife that he should make sure to check out his Snapchat because he's going to be posting him on that one. And you know, the owner of Ife prayed for him and told him, you know, to calm down and make sure that he's not always in the news because he's having to drag somebody or is in some sort of trouble or whatever. And yes, Portable actually is currently in London. Yes, Portable is doing a whole lot for himself. Like I said, despite the whole back and forth, this guy has, you know, found a way to maintain his relevance in the industry. Yes, he's actually in, you know, London for his UK tour life, and like he posted on his Instagram page, he said he's going to be live in these following cities. He says he's going to be live at Birmingham on the 29th of April. He's going to be live at London 1st of May and Manchester 2nd of May. So he's going to be in these cities. So if you actually love Portable, make sure you book your ticket, and you book your ticket if you're actually in this city, so you know you get to vibe and have fun with Portable. Alright guys, so away from Portable, we have Rema and WIZKID. There's been a whole lot of back and forth between Rema and WIZKID, you know, people saying Rema's Waves and Rose's album that he dropped, that most of the songs on this particular album, that he was actually sounding like WIZKID, you know, trying to copy WIZKID's style. And you know, Rema had to grant an interview. You know, he talked about the fact that, man, he's not trying to be like anybody. This is him doing his thing. He talked about the fact that he's not scared of any of your faith, and went ahead to say if he's gonna do music with you, the both of you are supposed to have some sort of relationship for him to be able, you know, to do music with you. Now, talking about this albums, there's been a whole lot of comparisons between this album, like people talking about the fact that Waves and Roses currently he's doing way better than Made in Lagos, and they went out you know, to bring statistics to you know, to compare the first month of this album. You know, right now just saying for the first month since the release of this particular album, that it did a whole lot, you know, of numbers more than Made in Lagos, and this particular one got a whole lot of FC fans really, you know, upset. So we're going to be going through some of the achievements that Made in Lagos made in its first month, and also the achievement that Waves and Roses, you know, made in its first month. And we're going to be checking out also the streams this guy's racked for this album in the first month. Alright guys, so starting with Waves and Roses on this chart, this one says, I'm going to be looking at some of the things that this particular album did in its first month since, you know, it was released. Alright, so based on this statistics, this one says Waves and Roses was the first debut album by a Nigerian artist to record over 40 million streams in 24 hours of release. It also says here that first album by an African artist to chart in 90 countries on Apple Music all Januaries. It also said fastest album by a Nigerian act to debut on #1 on Nigerian iTunes album chart between 2 hours of release. It also said first debut album by an African artist to appear on Hungary iTunes chart, and also said fastest and only album by an African artist to reach #1 on that same chart. He went ahead to say the first debut album by an African artist. He also said the first debut album by an African act to record a milestone of 150 plus of streams across 5 visible streaming platforms in first week. Also says their first debut album by an African and Afrobeat artist to appear on global and USA Spotify debut album chart respectively. Alright, so let's take a look at Made in Lagos. And it says highest charting album by an African artist on US Apple Music. At number 6, it also says first African album to debut on Spotify US. Became the first Nigerian artist to record at least 1 entry on the UK single chart with 2 different albums, Come Closer and Ginger. It also says first album on charts in Ireland and Switzerland. It also says spent 21 days on top 20 on the worldwide Apple Music Apple chart, most for a Nigerian album. Alright guys, so like I said, this is the achievement they have made between 1 month. This one says 1 month achievement of Raves and Roses album, and first 1 month achievement for WIZKID Made in Lagos album. Alright, also here we have first debut album by Nigerian artist to appear in the chart. That's for the Billboard World Album chart. We also have second album by Nigerian artist to debut straight at #1 on Costa Rica iTunes. Also here we have all 16 tracks debuted the top 20 of Nigerian Daisy chart in less than 24 hours. Also we have here first album by an African act to enter and reach #1 on Costa Rica iTunes. Here it has fourth album to debut #1 straight on Nigerian Spotify, biggest debut album by an African artist. And for WIZKID, here we also have peaked at #1 in 24 countries. And Apple Music, we have peaked at #1 on UK Apple Music, spent its first month in the top 10. We also have longest charting Nigerian album on the UK album chart this week, this new decade, 4 weeks. And now talking about streams, right? Like I said, on one of the statistics, we also had it that Rema has actually racked a whole lot of streams on all 5 major streaming platforms. So here we have Spotify at 54.5 million plus streams. We have Apple Music, at 54.5 million plus streams. We have a Spotify 71.5 million streams. We have Audiomack 21.41 million plus streams. We have Boomplay 24.4 million plus streams, and we have YouTube 88.48 million plus streams, giving Rema a total of 261.30 million total streams on all 5 major platforms. And for Made in Lagos, we have Audiomack at 56 million, we have Apple Music, we have 54.85 million, we have Spotify at 32.09 million, we have YouTube at 29.6 million, and we have Boomplay at 8.8 million, leaving WIZKID with 181.34 million streams, for its first month. Now there are talks that Made in Lagos, I said Raves and Roses has actually broken a new record, actually beating WIZKID to this particular one. And like I said, a whole lot of FC fans were actually, really upset. So let's look at some of the tweets from these fans. Alright, this one says, anytime the album spends 76 weeks on BB200, that's Billboard 200 album chart, anytime the album sells over 426k units in US, anytime any song from the album goes platinum, anytime them nominate the album for Grammy, if the album fit spend 76 weeks for Nigeria Apple album chart top 10, let me know. So this person is actually clearly a WIZKID fan, and is actually referring to Rave and Roses. So he said whenever Raves and Roses achieve whatever he has actually listed here, then they should come talk to him about Raves and Roses being better than Made in Lagos. And this user says, let's be honest, nobody can achieve this in 1 month. Ain't scared of none of you all. So this person is clearly a Reva, and he has come to say no artist, no Nigerian artists can actually achieve this in less than 1 month. This person is actually giving the flowers to Rema, and also agreeing that, Rema's Waves and Roses achieved more than WIZKID's Made in Lagos in its first month of release. Alright guys, so with Rema and WIZKID, I'll be rounding up the news for today. Tell us what you think about the news in the comment section, and we'll be in the comment section responding to some of the comments, if not all. We'll see what you do for us here on the channel, and we really do appreciate you. Bye for now. My name is Emma.